Alright, so our goal is to reach the Invictus Titan. And blow up that tower, I guess.
Easy.
Simple. It'll be a cakewalk. Surely no demons will come and start fucking our shit up. Actually, if I remember correctly, this is the next jetpack bit in that. So, I'm actually about to have a lot of fun. I'm wanting to say it's
There's definitely gonna be some more.
Yeah, I think there's one more jetpack bit, and I think it should be coming up. Ho ho ho.
Benjamin, something terrible has happened. Your mother, my Juliet, we got caught in an orc ambush. They cornered your sister. She was screaming, and your mother threw herself at them. They laughed, Benjamin. The worst sound I've ever heard. And I grabbed Hannah. But your mother, they took her and they broke her, and I couldn't. We made it to Epsilon Center. Find us, Benjamin. Please. Find us.
Yikes.
Demon killed Inquisitor Drogon and then possessed his body.
But why?
Alone, there was no way the demon could get the power source past 1 million orcs. It needed help.
And we obliged.
I was deceived. I am responsible for chaos breaking through to this world.
Well, I mean, our whole team was deceived in all fairness. It's not like it was just me, everyone else went along with it too.
Well, you know how it is.
He's the captain. All blame falls on the captain, right?
Genetic scan.
And here everyone thought he was on vacation.
Adeptus Astartes. Full access granted.
The Iron Halo is back. This ancient artifact generates a personal energy shield that greatly reinforces the resiliency of Space Marine power armor, allowing them to weather even the fiercest of attacks. Iron Halos are so rare that only Ultramarine captains and company champions are authorized to even use them. Cool. So I can take more hits before my shield breaks. And now I am down for that.
Well, that's a solid upgrade.
Yeah. Alright, looks like we need to go that way. Anything else hiding around here? No lucky emblem? Alright.
Ultramarines, attack!
Attack who? They're kind of taking out each other. I don't know if we should even get involved.
Three-way fight.
Three-way fight, but I mean, if we just let them kill each other, then we can mop up the rest. You know what I mean? That's a solid practical. That is a solid practical. Heresy.
You would suffer the Xenos to live longer than they should.
Solid point.
They could die sooner. Well, Ultramarines are one of the few Space Marines that actually do strategize, so,
Yeah, but when it comes to Xenos, really, just get rid of them. You right. Yeah. You want me to... Okay. That helped. I hope that helped. He asked for it. In all fairness, he did ask for it. You know what I saw today?
What'd you see today?
I found out that the novelization of Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4, the ones that were only written in Japan, finally got translated.
Yeah, it just got translated.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard about that a couple days ago.
So that's interesting. Wouldn't mind taking a
Yeah.
look at that. Just to see what it's like.
I imagine it's
It's Silent Hill.
probably Silent Hill.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Not even played through Silent Hill 4.
It's okay. It's not my favorite.
Not a room. It's about the room.
Yeah, it's about a singular room. You don't get to leave that room.
No, I'm sure.
No, it was
You know
alright.
anything about Silent Hill Downpour and Homecoming?
I don't know anything about Silent Hill after the 4th game.
Duty requires that
Fair.
I put voice to my concerns.
Speak then.
You held the unshielded power source again, Captain. And again, you emerged from the exposure unscathed.
Yes.
That's pretty sus.
That is pretty sus. That is one heck of an alarm. Oh.
The Codex Astartes warns that those in league with Chaos can withstand the warp's touch.
You forget yourself, Ultramarine.
Leandros, I do not take this warp resistance lightly. But the search for answers must wait until after we deal with this Chaos invasion.
What if that is too late?
Leandros, enough. We need to keep moving.
Leandros will remember that.
Leandros will remember this.
Where's my Warhammer narrative game?
Rogue Trader released on PC and is available for about $40 if you have about 120 hours to sit down and play it.
You're hilarious. No one ever told you that.
I get told that I'm a real piece of work sometimes.
You're a real funny person.
I don't know if that counts, but you know.
You're a real funny person.
Send a runner to the depot at position Alpha. Let's go.
You're not leading this raid.
Of course I am.
Lieutenant, we need you in one piece. Let's face it, you're holding us together out here, and if you get...
Oh, that was a front. It's almost like it's a war zone out there or something.
Weird.
No, I don't disagree, though. I think it would, honestly, you know, like the narrative bits in StarCraft 2, where you get to, like, travel around the ship and talk to specific people, and depending on choices that
Yeah.
are made. I think that kind of system would work extremely well for a Warhammer game. So, like,
Yeah.
for instance, let's say that you wanted to do a game that was vaguely like this, or like Gears of War. And then like it was level based, and in between the levels you had like a central hub that you went back to. Like you could then explore around that central hub and talk to individual major characters, which I thought would be pretty interesting.
Which is also kind of how Rogue Trader works. Kind of. You have your main hub being your ship.
Runners, attack!
Like, it's bad guys.
What
Bro.
gave that away?
For a moment, I thought those were
Like, shooting.
Imperials that had made it across the gap already, and I was like, well, shit. Someone needs to up their pay.
You're getting paid?
Wait, you guys getting paid?
Even if they were getting paid, you know it's probably not a lot.
Oh, probably not.
What economic system does the Empire run off of?
They definitely run off of an economic system. I Off the top of my head, I want to say Imperial credits, but I think that's Star Wars. As it turns out, money doesn't come up that often in the Horus Heresy. And that is also questioning whether or not it's even the same economic system after the Heresy. But I know...
It's different from planet to planet. The Imperium has no set regulation on it.
Yeah, I was about to
So
say...
as far as, like, some planets will be, like, capitalist, other planets will be socialist. The Imperium doesn't care as long as you pay your tithes.
Only
Yeah.
in death does duty
As long as you
end.
pay...
Yeah.
As long as you pay them. Welcome back, Counter.
Get him out of
Starting
here!
off real...
I
Starting
don't
off real
want
quick.
to see him! What is that? Death like fucking 9 or some shit?
I have no idea at this point. It's been too many days.
I think it's like Death 9 or 10.
We decided to spend all night yesterday watching Death on the Nile.
Good time, alright.
It was a great time.
Yeah, I decided, after we got off
Incredibly
last
enjoyable.
night, I decided to go ahead and use my Audible credit to get the short story collection of Hercule Poirot. So I own every short story in Audible format. That's of course not the main novels, but every short story.
All of the short stories.
Yeah. I think I'm literally missing one, if I'm correct. And that's because when that short story was released in America, she changed the main detective from Poirot to someone else for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah.
Brothers!
It was literally the exact same story, just rewritten with the detective's name changed.
Very strange.
I
Considering
thought it was
Detective
weird.
Poirot has a
Pretty good
major
reputation.
fan base, big following.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The actual short story that had Poirot in it was like $1, so I picked that up on Kindle.
Gotcha.
So I have all the short stories technically. That was just a weird exclusion.
I love a good murder mystery, though.
Oh yeah, they're good. It'll give me something to listen to on the plane ride here next week.
Fair.
Because it's going to be a few hours, so I can knock out a couple of those, probably. I listened to one last night after we got off. It was, the wiki page provides a chronological order to the books and short stories on when the case itself relatively took place. Like, maybe not when the, like, now of the story is. But as far as him going back and talking about a case, it then puts the now in that point and period of time. And the book I read last night was The Chocolate Box, which was pretty good. It was alright for me being awake at like 1 a.m. trying to listen to
Gotcha.
a murder mystery when I was tired.
Well, you know.
As you do. But yeah, it was pretty good. Recommend. Oh, I need to go down. Oh yeah, okay. There we go.
Help us!
Oh shit! Get him out of here! We gotta save the Militaro. Imperial Guard. Oh!
Guardsman, report.
My Lord Space Marine.
Report.
They were on us almost immediately.
Lieutenant, Space Marines here. Captain Titus, are you there?
Yes?
This is Lieutenant Mira. This whole planet has gone mad.
The forces of chaos are invading this world. We must get to the Titan and destroy that warp gate.
I know what route to take. I deployed troops to man outposts between the Calcus facility and Bastion Primus. From there, you can access the rail network and cross to Manufactura Majakis.
Understood. I will meet you there.
It's good to me. You know what's kinda funny?
What's that?
This is the only Warhammer game I've ever beat. And now I'm gonna have beat it twice.
Yeah, I mean, clearly that says something about it, right?
It's pretty good. It's just got a fun gameplay loop.
Good hack and slash.
Yeah.
Apparently the second game's even better.
I heard it
From what
got
I've been hearing.
review bombed for some reason.
It got review bombed because of Epic Games Store.
Well, that's... See, I don't think you should take it out on the game because of the store that it's being hosted on.
Yeah, well, apparently, and they have it set in order for the crossplay to work, that when you're launching the game, it launches through Epic Game Store as well, or something like that. I didn't really look into it.
Like, even if you have the Steam version of the game and installed Epic...
Yeah, it installs like some sort of like Epic Game Store program so that it can connect to those servers, and people are upset.
That's a little silly, but still...
I mean, I didn't look into it enough to really have an opinion on it, but obviously they did it for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have done it for no
I mean,
reason.
programming's difficult, so... I don't
Obviously,
even want to get into...
They said it had something to do with the crossplay. So
I
I
don't
assume it's just
even
because
get into
they wanted...
thinking what cross-play programming is like.
Yeah. I assume it's just because they wanted Steam players to be able to play with the other
Right.
players.
All servers can cross-play with each other. That is the dream, and that... Honestly, should be just glad that they did that.
Yeah.
They didn't have to. They could just easily
Even
have
with
said,
the
no cross.
Even with the quote-unquote review bomb, though, it's still at an extremely positive review rating right now.
Good.
Because I think more people just enjoy the game rather than care about the Epic Games Store nonsense.
Right. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Epic Games Store, but that's not grounds enough for me to, you know what
I mean, if I'm gonna play Dragon Age and have to deal with it launching the EA launcher every bloody time, I can
deal with that.
I've dealt with worse.
Then again, I guess I'm vaguely biased because I have Unreal Engine installed on my computer, so I already have the Epic Launcher installed. But it's not like I would go through with Review Bomb like Kingdom Hearts Collection of DC on Steam because it was stuck on fucking Epic for 3 years. You know what
For
I mean?
way longer than it should have been.
Oh yeah, that was an exclusive for way longer than it should have been. And I've still not picked it up since it released on Steam. I should.
Yeah, I plan to. I just every time it's gone on sale, I have not been in a good
So
spot to pick it up.
that's all of them except for Melody of Memories, correct?
I'm surprised
I
the place
believe
is
so.
standing at all.
Gotcha.
It's all of the remakes and 3.
Yeah. Plus Remind.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know how I would do a Let's Play of Melody of Memories, since it's a rhythm game.
I don't know. I know some people have.
How?
It's just
Really
really
possible.
strange.
The legions of chaos.
Trooper, get yourself together right now!
Yes, Mom.
The other platoons
Mira?
are going to fall back towards the Bastion. Hold this position, or they'll be cut off. Greetings, Ultramarines.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
As well as can be hoped. considering we are surrounded on all sides by the enemy horde.
We're heading back to the command post, Captain.
Heading back to the command post. You're ways to kill. Consider yourself killed. Turns out the Humies didn't want to die.
Yeah.
If I remember right, when I originally played this, I died here quite a few times as well. I will endeavor not to.
You will try.
I will endeavor not to. If I remember correctly, at that point in time, I had been trying to rush it, so I'm going to try and take my time with it this time to prevent the needless deaths. Kill them all, if you insist, Mom. That was good, that was. Alright, but that's not the checkpoint. If I remember right, isn't there like a like staircase thing that goes up and wraps around, and then there's another whole bit? Yeah. And then and then it wraps up. Yeah. I was going to say, I feel like that. Yeah, you have to get to the opposite side of this room before it checkpoints again. And I kept getting to, like, right here, and then dying as soon as I got off the staircase.
Not for long.
Goodbye. I have a question. Was there a novelization for the Sweet Home movie? I bring that up because earlier I saw that some of my YouTubers who had been playing Siren are also playing Sweet Home right now. A very weird combination, to be sure. But because of the Silent Hill thing, now I'm just kind of curious.
Not that I'm aware of.
Perfect. Interesting enough to look at. To check out, maybe. Because in all fairness, there's some things in that story that you kind of look at and go, what's going on? That maybe a novelization might have better explained. Fuck the shield show back up. Pain in my ass, I say. I heard more of those explodey scopes. Yeah, there he is. I knew I heard the little shit.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it wasn't.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Can't find anything on it.
Yeah, it happens. I just thought it might have been neat. And that seems like the type that it would have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of Japanese horror was novels first.
Like Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve
Yeah.
was a novel that got turned into a video game after the fact. And then, of course, it has like a
There's a
TV
lift
show
over
or
here.
something.
Yeah. But as far as I can tell, the movie and the game kind of just released. Wasn't a
Well met, Mira.
previous
Jonah,
franchise or
I half
anything.
expected to find a demon chewing on your bones.
Well, they'd spit me right out.
Make your report, Jonah.
The Greenskins have been pressing us hard, both down here and at the Bastion proper.
Get ready to fall back to the Bastion. Do not engage Chaos forces directly until I get reinforcements down here to back you up.
Aye, Lieutenant.
I'd like to point out I got that on my first try.
Captain Titus, this
Good
way.
job.
Like, you agreed with me. I died like 8 times the last time I did that section.
You're like, I did such a good job not dying.
I
You said
did
you
such a
wouldn't.
good job not dying.
You said you wouldn't die, and you didn't die.
If anything,
Look at you go.
I'm a man of my word. Try my best.
Lieutenant Mira, this is Bastion Primus. We're under heavy assault. The Orcs are back, and they cut power to the sentry guns.
All of them?
They took out the generator. We couldn't defend it against such numbers. We had to fall back.
The Ultramarines and I are almost at your position. Mirror out.
Oh, I'm glad the orcs are back.
Well,
Wouldn't want it to be too easy.
we were missing something heavy.
With my psychic abilities, I had drawn energy from the warp. If I could summon it again, contain it, control it, then perhaps I could use it to defend the Imperium. So, I made another interstellar journey through the warp. Barely daring to hope, I lowered my psychic defenses and willed the energy to return. And it did. I captured the spark in a containment device and marveled at its potential. My work could now begin.
That guy was fucking nuts, am I right? Drogon's a fucking nutcase.
Oh, we didn't even know Drogon.
I didn't get to know Drogon. Guy was bonkers. Unprotected warp entity interaction. Oh,
Genetic scan complete.
heresy. Glad he
Left us
died.
Astartes. Access authorized.
The MK-12 Ragefire type plasma gun fires charged energy pulses, able to damage heavily armored targets. Prone to overheating.
Orcs, always more orcs.
They're a swarm army, it just makes sense. Orcs would be more orcs. It would be weird if there weren't orcs. That would mean either A, they were purple orcs, or B, they was off doing something else.
Forward.
At least when they're attacking you, you know what they're up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.